Welcome back to Zetacraft, episode 3. In the last episode, we built this wonderful plane, and I always forget what it's called. Air traffic control tower. And we have sold so many rockets since then. I actually realized that I didn't record an intro for this video, so this is being recorded a little bit out of order. So I might have shown some of this in later clips, just FYI, but if we head up to the top real quick, we have a lot of people signed up now. We got Maya, we got Mindless, we got Ricky, we got Arizona, and we got Time Architect. So I'm actually going to quickly fill this one for Maya, who has already put in their next shulker order. We are not going to be spending a lot of time here today. As you can see, Alex has not yet got to the landscaping of it. We should probably put that shulker back for Maya. Oh, what a miss. Really? There's your shulker, Maya. Put our armor back on. So we're actually going to start out this video by heading over to the main base area, because there's something that I want to do at the main base area before I do anything over there. It's something I always forget about, so once I hit my main base area, I will bring you guys back. Alright, we're over here at our main base area, and we're here to do one thing and one thing specifically, and that is fill up a map of what this place looks like before we build here, because this is something that we always forget to do. So I'm going to go ahead and make a whole bunch of maps. I have 16. I assume that will be enough to cover this little island and just get kind of a top-down view of what this place looks like. As it turns out, 16 was the perfect amount of maps. So you can see this big island here, if you will call it an island, it's surrounded by two rivers that kind of connect at the back, is my area. Now, I don't know if I'm going to use most of this back section here, but I think from right about here forward, I definitely have plans for. And then we'll see, maybe as the season goes on, if I have more ideas, I can add more stuff back there to fill it in a little bit. But yeah, at least this front piece here is kind of the big section that I'm working with. And I kind of want it, when you view it, I want you to view it from that angle. So now we have a map that is here. Before I build anything, I will come back and lock these maps so that way we can see kind of the progress, and then maybe like every, I don't know, 3 months or so, we will do an updated map. It'd be really cool to have a map room that kind of shows like this is the progress from start to finish. So either way, I'm glad that we have that now. We're going to just leave this here. There's really nothing that we need to do with it. So we're going to actually head over to the starter town where the main focus of our episode is going to be today. Well, we finally made it over to the starter village, and the first thing that we have to do is we have to clean up this hill, because right now we have a little bit of a chest monster going on, but on top of that, the hill itself, we actually need to remove a bunch of it to fit our starter house here. So I'm going to work on that first. I'm not going to do a time-lapse or anything because I want to do the big time-lapse of me building the starter house, but yeah, a lot of these layers have to go so we can kind of snuggle up the house right up close to the mountain. And we don't want it to look all unnatural, like a chunk error or anything like that. So I'm going to get to work on doing all of that. I'm going to move all of these chests, and then I'm going to clear out a bunch of this dirt and grass, and then I'll bring you back. So I didn't really realize how much terraforming this little hill actually is, and I wish I would have time-lapsed it now, because as you can see, there's a pretty good amount of terraforming that is going on. And I have been at this for like the last 2 hours. And again, I thought this was going to be like real quick. I thought I'd have this done in like 15, 20 minutes max. And it's been a lot longer than that. So yeah, I'm just going to keep doing this for a while. I only have a few more layers to go before it's terraformed enough that I can sit a house there. The worst part isn't even this grass. Like, that is easy to do, and it's fairly quick. But I don't have a beacon yet, so the stone takes just so much longer. Don't break, shovel, don't break. You can do it. Get through this layer. Oh, it survived another layer. Yeah, so now I also have to get rid of all of this stone, because this is all in the way. And this is the part that takes a lot longer than the grass. Like, that's a good amount of stone right there. I've had to add like 4 more chests to my chest monster just to cover the amount of resources that I've got from this project. And just like that, the terraforming is finally complete. And Ricky and Time Architect came over and helped me out a little bit with cleaning it up and just making it look a little bit more natural because I left it a little bit blocky. But they also came over and distracted me, and we had a couple little fun things go on. So I'm going to show a couple clips of that before we get into other stuff. Let's play a quick game of Did He Deserve It? No sunflowers. Why can't you choose to be like in a, like, why couldn't you have been the peony square? What is happening? No!
I did it, guys. Oh, whoa. Oh, no.
Oh my. I was gonna land that.
No, you have the sunflower on me. Oh no.
Thank you. Get out of here. Oh god, I hit my own self. That arrow that was in the side. This is not funny. It hits in my shoulder.
I was an adventurer like you
Until he took an arrow in the shoulder.
In my knee.
Oh, you can't even see it anymore.
One of us. One of us.
Ziggy Zaggy, one of us. Ziggy Zaggy, one of us. In the back of the Sunflower Square, there's a chest with golden carrots.
Ooh, there's diamond blocks in your floor here. Did you know that?
I did.
Oh! I'm so sorry I didn't know you didn't eat. Why would you have eaten? Why would you have eaten, Ricky? Now my horse is freaking out because he knows I'm a murderer. Oh God, no. Why didn't you eat?
I was too busy getting sunflowers.
Who doesn't eat in this game?
I gave away all my food.
Just told Time where to get the food. So my question is, did he deserve it? Put your answer in the comments and let me know what you think. So now that that's done, I think it's finally time for us to start building our starter build. And I'm really excited for it. I really hope that you guys like it. This is only the second time that I've ever built in this style. If you've seen my previous build in this style, then let me know which one you like better, my first attempt or my second attempt. And with that, let's just get right into building. Enjoy the time lapse. The beautiful starter mansion is complete. And when I say complete, I mean 100% complete. Well, at least the mansion itself, not the surrounding area. So I have a lot of stuff in here, and I'm gonna try to do as quick as I can to kind of run through everything and kind of explain kind of my thought process behind it. You let me know in the comments what your favorite section of the starter mansion is, because I'm really excited to show this build off. One thing I do want to call out is these cars. I did find basically these models, inspiration, whatever you want to call it, online. So I do not want to take credit 100% for making these cars, because I did find somebody that had already pre-made some Lamborghinis, and I did change them slightly because of things that I thought looked a little bit better here or there, like with different stairs or slabs or things like that. But I don't want to be considered like a pariah when it comes to these cars, because it's not my design. So anyways, on to the tour. So if we start at the very bottom of the actual build, you have the garage, where we have multiple cars as well as our little horse who wants a golden carrot. And then we have different colors of vehicles, and there's 2 different styles that I built, and then I just did multiple different colors to kind of make it look like it's a full garage. When I originally designed this base, I think I had 12 cars in here. But it was a much bigger base that I scaled down because I didn't want to build this insanely massive thing in Starter Town. If you head this way, we have our potion brewing room, right? So you have your potion set up here. You got some nether wart, infinite water. Also have a little lava farm so that we can set up for our furnaces, which we're about to go to in a second. If we head up the stairs, we actually hit our furnace area. So this is what I was just talking about. So nice and easy. It's literally right below us is where the lava farm is. We have a spare bedroom, so if anybody wants to stay over here in Starter Town, they can, if they don't have their own build. And then we also have our enchanting setup, which we will most likely never really use unless we die and need to use it. But for now, we're all geared up. We don't really need it. I don't know what that is, so we'll get to that in 1 second, but I'm excited to see that. So here you can see we have kind of our outside patio area. We have our swimming pool, so you can dive down in here. Okay, that was a terrible dive. Dive down in here and swim. We have our kitchen, our living room, and I am going to do some armor stand stuff to make it look like the projector is actually projecting something on the wall. But I haven't got to that yet. I don't currently have armor stands, and that'll probably be something I definitely do off camera, because if you've done armor stands, you know they take quite a while. Also, maybe I might just pay Megateca to do it, because he has an armor stand shop. So if we head this way, this is actually going to lead us up to our top floor, which here we have like our trophy room. So there's kind of like a work desk over here. And then I have some andesite kind of sitting here. And then over here you can see there's multiple. So little things I want to display throughout the season I can throw in here kind of as a little trophy room, whether it's mini blocks, heads, maybe things in item frames, stuff like that. And then if you head around the corner, it's my favorite part of the build, the storage room. This took so long to sort everything. I had stuff over here at Starter Town, I had stuff at the mob farm, I had stuff at my village, and I have sorted it all into these chests here. As well as my mini blocks, I've started sorting here because I have got a couple bundles from the Wandering Trader. So I have those sorted in here as well. And then I have a couple other little chests around here, just with like extra diamond tools and stuff that I got from the end. And then miscellaneous excess things like my recovery compass, my spyglass, some totems, things like that. So I'm kind of excited about this. I think that's basically the whole tour. I know over here there's a couple other spare bedrooms, just in case somebody wants to set their spawn point over here. Feel free to use those beds. Just don't use my purple bed, because that's weird. This is my bedroom. Don't come in here unless you're invited. Okay, that's a little seductive. We're gonna get out of there. Anyways, I've been gone for like 3 days. Basically, in real life, I built this, and then I went on vacation for my nephew's birthday. So I've been gone, and I haven't been able to talk about this. And a lot has happened since I've been gone, and a lot has happened with the shop. We've got people installing roads. There's been a couple new shops that have popped up. This is a shop ran by Zona, or Arizona Hobby, I believe his name is. Arizona Hobby. And he is selling, well, first off, this is a great deal. I didn't know that was here. But this is what I'm here for. 1 diamond block, or a beacon. And look, we didn't even have to fight a wither because he already has a wither skeleton farm, so we're good to go. All right, that's enough playing about in the shopping district. We should probably get to working on the landscaping around the starter house, and we will spend some time gathering the materials to do that. And then we're going to hop right in to another time lapse. I hope that you enjoy. Well, the starter mansion is finally completed, and we have some little custom trees around. And when it comes to custom trees, I'm kind of the worst with them because I always want them to look perfect. So I had a really hard time trying to make these look a little bit more natural, but they're supposed to be kind of like some short pines. And I also have some smaller trees where I used the fences instead of actual wood. But I do like that I stripped the wood for the trees. I think it looks a little bit better. And also you can tell that they're a little bit more custom because stripped wood trees don't appear in the wild. Though, now that I'm thinking about it, that would be awesome, right? If you go to like a spruce forest and some of the trees are regular spruce and other trees are stripped spruce, it would just give it a little bit more flexibility in kind of how the environment generates. Future idea, Minecraft. You're welcome. Anyways, let's go ahead and check on this little box that I got sidetracked and forgot about earlier. And I want you to know that I have not opened this. I have no idea what this is going to be. And I honestly have no idea who left it here for me. But when I was flying back up to get some materials and stuff, I noticed it and I was like, oh yeah, I said I'd get back to that and I never did. Oh, look at this. Some redstone dust. I think I know who that's from now because I was complaining about not having redstone dust. And I'm pretty sure I know exactly who it is. And I'm not going to say because I want to wait and see if they put it in their video that they left me that little gift. And then if not, maybe we'll come back to it next time. That was really nice. I'm actually really, really happy right now because I'm about to need a bunch of redstone stuff for something that I'm doing in the next video. And I'm not going to give it away because that's the next video. But we're still on this video. So what I want to do before I do anything else, because I recorded my first 2 episodes like basically back to back. So I haven't forgot about those people that commented on the first episode on what I should name some of my gear. So I am going to go ahead and grab the gear that needs to be named. I'm going to get an anvil, and then we're going to go ahead and name a few things that people commented on what we should name them. All right, so we have the items that need to be named, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up their comment on the screen showing that they requested this, and then we will name them. And thankfully, Geek has been doing some work around here, and all these free anvils here for naming things. It's kind of convenient. So the very first comment we got in terms of naming things was our fortune pick, which Alpin Glow Up had commented that she wanted it named Alpin is Best. This is a call out because I made her name her Spyglass Boss is Best on her server that she plays on. She's on Autocraft. So Alpin is Best, we now have a fortune pick. Right underneath that, Anki commented on it and said that we should name it Subscribe to Anki. And I made a joke that I will name a string subscribe to Anki. So here you go, Anki. Subscribe to Anki. And then shortly after that, we did get another comment from Anna, and her recommendation was to name our bow Pew Pew. So we are naming the bow Pew Pew. Oh, lowercase on the second one. Got to keep it accurate. So we now have a fortune pick called Alpin is Best, a piece of string called Subscribe to Anki, and a bow named Pew Pew. And I didn't crack the anvil, so that's good. And now, Anki, actually, because I'm not going to carry around a string with me forever, gets to be the second item that we're going to place in our little room of items for the season. Or at least for the beginning of the season. If we need more room, maybe we'll do another one. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to place this Enderman head first. And the reason that we're placing the Enderman head first is because that was the very first mob head that I got, and if you know me, if you've watched my content, I love the mob heads. I use that pack on every single world that I play on, and it was literally the first Enderman that I killed, dropped a head. So I want it to be kind of saved here, and I'm going to drop it in there. And then I think over here at the desk, where I should be quote-unquote working, we are going to throw up an item frame with Anki's piece of string. So now if we look at it, it says subscribe to Anki up there at the desk. I might move it. Maybe I'll move it down here. I also want to probably hide the item frame so that you can't see it. And it's just kind of a floating piece of string. But yeah, that's where we're going to leave that for now. I'm really happy with how the starter mansion turned out. I hope that you like it. I hope that my trees aren't too horrible for you. Usually I just... This is a little secret. Usually I just put a like a trunk down in Tides of Treasure, and I just say, Alex, I need a tree here, and then he does it. So on this world, though, I try to do my own trees over here. Let me know if you like them, if you hate them. But I think it just kind of brings this whole area together and makes it a little bit more clean, right? And you say that, or I say clean, but obviously it's a little bit more messy. But in my opinion, doing the landscaping surrounding the builds is almost as important as the build themselves. And with that out of the way, we now have everything completed in this episode that we wanted to get done. Don't mind me, I'm just up here on Alex's giant copper tower. I just really admired the view of the starter base now, that it has all the trees and all of that going on around it, the bushes, the flowers. It changes so much when you do some landscaping. But yeah, we're going to take one last look at this, and then we are going to call this an episode. So I really do hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you do all the fun things like, subscribe, and all that kind of fun stuff. I do enjoy reading the comments. And if you made it this far, again, I still have a lot of tools that are unnamed. So if you want to name any of my tools, or any random thing, like I named a piece of string for Anki, just let me know in the comments, and I will name it for you. This time I am opening it up to everybody, including Zetas. So if you want something named, you better comment fast. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed.